Hello YouTube, the Gaming Truck Driver here, and welcome back to episode 4 of my Haut Beyleron playthrough. Now, where did we leave off? Because it's been a little while since I played. Well, not that since I played, since I recorded. We have a couple of jobs, at least one that I can see. 32 and 6. And that's it. I know our eventual target is to buy a field. And I was looking at the one with the house attached. So it would be that one. And that's $148. We have a $148,000, sorry, $148 field. I'd buy that for $1. We got $72,000 in the bank. We have a loan of $85,000. We have some substantial equipment purchases. We've got a fertilizer spreader, and actually, I'm going to say that's probably what we're doing right now. There's a couple of fertilizer missions. I downloaded. Oh, okay, there we go. I downloaded Courseplay because the new version of it is up, and it's changed some of my tabs around. So forgive me if I seem a little bit clumsy. I've added a couple of other mods to nothing that I'm going to be using in this playthrough. So I know Courseplay is receiving a lot of updates fairly rapidly. Where am I anyway? I might as well grab Field 6 on my way down. I turned traffic off. I'm going to turn that back on. And yeah, so Courseplay has had a fair amount of updates to it. I think it's 7.0.0.12 last time I checked. I'm a couple of versions behind. I haven't really used it. It's just more along the lines I have it downloaded. I find the new version very clumsy and very clunky. It's not their fault. It's because how Giants has created the interface. So they're trying to use the interface that they have. What is sticking out the side of that? That can't be normal, is it? I've never noticed that before. There's a little thing. Oh, it's a thing for catching the rolled up tarp. Yeah, so they've had to change a lot. I know they haven't had the ability to. I'm going to mess this up. You don't have the ability to have it auto buy fertilizer and seed yet. You have to stop what you're doing and let it do it. I apologize for any frame rate issues I'm having. I can't. There's something wrong with my copy of Farming Simulator. I've checked the forms. I've re-downloaded it and verified files and re-downloaded it and verified files again. Something's not right. I keep getting stutters, and I've tried everything I can possibly try. Everything. We're gonna just create a quick course here, and it doesn't do it with every map. Oh, why is it doing that now? Just once I would like to play this game and not have it. Not have it go crazy. Okay, no, it snapped to the train angle. Yeah, so I've tried everything with it. I keep getting micro stutters. This is actually the best it's behaved in a while. I don't know like I said, I don't know what's wrong with my copy, but it doesn't want to cooperate anyway. So we're going to do these last couple of fertilizer missions because it's going to give us some a quick infusion of cash. Then I'm probably going to sleep until tomorrow. I'll show you that'll give me an opportunity to show you the sleep anywhere mod, which is actually kind of cool, even if it's not realistic. I apologize if this content is less than what you're expecting. This week has been crazy with work. Normally, how my run works is I leave from Nova Scotia. That's not. Okay, no, that is the right size. I leave from Nova Scotia. Usually I go over to Prince Edward Island to pick up potatoes. The potatoes then go down into the United States. I then pick up down in New Jersey for my backhaul back up. Because of the trade embargo right now that the U.S. has with Prince Edward Island potatoes because of the potato wart disease, and it's a lot of it is Canada's own doing because we suspended all exports when the United States only wanted to cancel or suspend exports of seed potatoes. Because of that, we had to find different loads for me to go down, which is fine. It happens. I had a drop down into Pennsylvania, which was great. Would have been fine. Everything went like clockwork, except there is couldn't get the paperwork to get across the border. So that messed everything up. So I didn't deliver. It was very tight. The whole run, the whole run is very tight. It's very tight. Um, and what ended up happening is I usually get a little bit of off time here and there that I can kind of pound out a video or two. And I didn't get that. Not that I expect my employer to give me that time. This is more along the lines of a hobby. But what ended up happening is because I didn't get any of that off time that I usually get, I'm just getting around to kind of pushing a video out now. I have lots of stuff lined up for the queue. Like, for example, there will be a video that drops this Sunday that I recorded last week. This video I'm recording on the 6th of January. So you guys will get this not the weekend of the 9th, but the next weekend. So I think that's, I don't know, the 18th. So you'll get that on the 18th, and hopefully by then things will be a little bit more smooth. I'm doing the same run next week. So that week I'm doing the same run, but we'll have had the kinks worked out, hopefully. So that'll make that a whole lot easier. And then I'm hoping they're hoping by the end of the month. I can't see it. I figure by the middle of February, early March, we'll be back to running potatoes until the end of the early summer, late spring. So, let's see here. I should be getting that ding any minute now that I finish this. This is my own fault. I kind of did this weird, and there's a pole there. I also started a video. I kind of explained a little bit of this in the last video. So I started a weird project for myself, and basically what it is I keep seeing complaints about field work online. Now, I almost stopped doing it because there's a couple of field calculators out there, or yield calculators, that, if you do this, you're going to get X in crops and stuff like that, or X amount of crops. And they talk about field work for those jobs. I don't know where they're pulling their numbers from. I really don't, because my numbers are nothing like what they're pulling. And I'm basically using a mod called the Workshop Anywhere mod. I think that's what it's called. I'd have to look it up. So basically, what happens is I walk up to the implement and I do Shift N. Oh, got that contract finished. I do Shift N, and then I can repair the vehicle right where it's at. There's 5,600 or 5,900 bucks. Collect. See what else is here. Grab that one. Without having to drive it to a shop, so I can set it up basically perfectly. I might as well grab field 20 while I'm up here. I can set it up perfectly, so I can repair without with as soon as I'm getting ready to start doing the next field. So it's you're going to get perfect data. I'm just going to unplug my mouse here so it stops moving the screen. You're going to get perfect data. What I'm seeing from these people that are doing these or doing the field yield calculator is it's not. I don't know where their numbers are coming from. I know they're picking things like fertilizer and seeds and lime, which is great, but that's also a very small part of what you're doing. You also have to calculate fuel usage. You have to calculate repair costs for both the tractor and the implement. And what I'm starting to see, which nobody is talking about anywhere, is that there is a how can I describe this? I'm going to refer to it as an efficiency bonus. Now I'm not going to call it. It's not a yield bonus. It's because it doesn't affect your crop yield. So like if you're more efficient, you don't get, I don't know, let's say a 2.5% yield increase. But what you do notice is that the more in tune you are with field size, and this is what it seems to all come down to is field size. So the more in tune you are with the field size, oh, there's a car coming. You should be picking equipment based on your field size. So you have what we might as well refer to as small, medium, and large fields. You have like very small fields, you have very large fields. Not so much in this map or in Elms Creek. I do have a 16x map downloaded. I haven't had a chance to play with it yet, but I do have it downloaded. But there's varying field sizes, and depending on what equipment you're using, you're going to be more efficient. So if you're using, let's say, a Case Quadratrack, I went the wrong way. We're just going to hang a U-turn through the bushes. If you're using a Case Quadratrack with the biggest plow, which I can't remember the name of it, but the one from the Big Bud DLC is now in the game. I think Giants brought it over. If not, somebody modded it. You can find it online fairly easy. If you use a massive tractor with a massive implement on a tiny field, while it's going to cost you, it looks like it's going to cost you less. It really does. But what you have to factor in is the fact that you're going over, let's try this again. You're going over the same things over and over and over again. You're going to end up with small little crevices that you have to then completely redo. You have to run the whole implement again. So there's things like that that you have to take into account. It also looks like there's a durability bonus, for lack of a better term, based on the tractor you're using. So it seems smaller tractors have less health, we'll call it. They're less durable. So what happens is the smaller the tractor, the more passes it has to make. And this is my theory. It's not so much that one tractor brand is more durable than the other, like a Deere is more durable than a New Holland in the game. I'm sure in real life there's differences, but they're not calculating that in the game. But it seems like if you're using a smaller tractor, because you're using a smaller tractor on a bigger field, it requires more passes with the equipment, and therefore you're putting more wear and tear on the implement, more wear and tear on the tractor, and therefore it's costing you more money. Like case in point, one of the fields on Elms Creek to do with the highest horsepower, smallest tractor. There's a mouthful for you. That set me back just in repair costs for the tractor, not the implement, just the tractor, was over $1,000. It was like a 1.5 acre field, which is a lot of money. for that field. But then you can go run, and then some fields you can go run, and it's an 1.5-acre field, and it's less money because of things like terrain angle, or sorry, terrain elevation, going up a hill. That puts more wear and tear on the tractor. If it's flat, it doesn't put as much wear and tear on it. It seems like straight fields, not necessarily, I'm not talking about the incline, I'm just talking straight fields up and down. There's no twists and turns, seem to be less wear and tear on the tractor. And I'm taking that to mean, because you're not forming a headland and you're not trying to get the headland perfect so that you can continue on with your day. I think because you're skipping that complete step, you're still doing the same amount of work. If it's still an 1.5-acre field, so you're still processing an 1.5-acre field, but you're not doing the headland. You're also not twisting and turning the equipment. It's kind of weird to explain. There's lots of variables that I've seen just in what I'm doing on my own that nobody's talking about. Everybody's pulling from the HTML files, and my data doesn't match what everybody else is pulling from, which leads me to believe that the XML files, it's not even HTML files. I'm very tired. The XML files are only part of the equation. There's definitely more to it than just here's a file and this calculates wear and tear. So I'm going to continue with that. I'm also taking into account things like grapes and olives remember, there's no bonus for finishing a field. Grapes and olives, and what it costs to grab that one. What it costs to run to completely do a field full of those, because they're very expensive. So nobody's talking about that. Nobody talks about what doing a 10-acre field full of grapes is worth, because you're placing, it's not a seed cost. Each section of vine costs 105, at least on the map I'm playing. Sorry if the headset's making weird noises. I'm have an itchy ear. Some of the, at least on the map that I'm working with, is there anything else up here? Might as well do field 16 while I'm up here. Grapes cost $105 per, I don't know if it's per meter. It doesn't really tell you what the length is. The smallest you seem to be able to place is a $315 worth of grapes. So I'm going to say that's a 3-meter trellis. I don't know, it doesn't tell you what it's measuring. I'm trying to calculate that. I'm trying to calculate what it costs to work a field full of grapes and olives and things like that. And I may never publish the video. I may never put it online and say, that's a lamppost. Oh, how do I get over there? How do I get up there? What did I do? Oh, we'll hang a U-turn anyway. I may never publish the video. I have the attention span of a goldfish, but it's gonna be interesting just for my own information, because there's gonna be fields out there that the profit margin is going to be so small, especially with playing on hard mode like we are, or like I am right now. Like, I don't know if you've played hard mode in single player, but it's interesting. Like, your yield is garbage. Like not your yield. It does affect the yield, but it's not crazy. But your you're selling is your price per liter is crap. Like on normal. What am I playing on my other save? Easy, sorry, on easy on my other save. Um, 1 liter of wheat sells in high demand, we'll call it, which is January, because there's a little bit of an exploit you used to be able to use, but you don't seem to be able to use it. For example, if your wheat, say the highest, I wonder if this will work. Say your highest home. Uh, Demand. I can't speak today. Your highest demand is the month of December for wheat. I can't quite remember what it is off the top of my head. I think it's December. I know canola is November, just because I sold a bunch of canola on my personal save, we'll call it. Um, you used to be able to say, okay, well, I'll wait and sell it in January, let's say, and you would get more money in January than December, even though according to the in-game menu, your highest profit month is December. Either they've patched that, or it just doesn't happen on herd. Because your highest profit month is the month that it tells you, and I'll show you here what I mean by that. If we go into here, and you click, I'm playing on an Xbox controller, so it could be different on a PlayStation controller. You click X, and you look here, it shows you, now it's doing it here for me, seasonal fluctuations. It wasn't on my American map, and this, I just answered a question. The fluctuation is different depending on the region. So when you look at seasons here, it's different for the French map compared to the American map. So what I was talking about, well, move over here with the mouse. In the American map, your highest month for yield, or your highest month for wheat was December. So you'd be up here. In January would actually show red, but the level was the same. So this white line it didn't move. It was the exact same. And you would get almost $200, between $100 and $200 extra a liter. Or per liter when you sell. That doesn't happen on hard, or they have since patched it since all the other guys have written the guides. I will tell you, a lot of those guides that are written on YouTube, and not YouTube, Steam, and I'm not knocking them because they're awesome sources of information. A lot of them are written using the Giants editor in perfect scenarios. So they have built a field that's exactly 1 acre square, and they've calculated yield based on that 1 acre. There's nothing wrong with that, but none of the maps that I've played yet have completely square fields. There's a couple of them on each map, but there's nothing I've played yet that has completely square fields. There isn't Poppenberg, I think that's how you say it, but that map right now is still beta. It's pretty good though if you haven't checked it out yet. It's massive. It's absolutely massive. It's a little ugly, but it's because it hasn't been cleaned up yet. The fundamentals are being developed, and then they're gonna, make the map pretty. But it's not bad to play. Ow! I have a couple of other maps downloaded. So I just whacked my elbow off the shelf in my truck. Oh. Excuse me. Let's see here. One more pass. I'm sitting down here in New Jersey waiting for a snowstorm to roll through. Actually, I've got a pickup tomorrow, too. Here's security going around the parking lot here at the TA. That should pop any minute now. There we go. What does he want? Okay, he left. I love that. I'm parked in a spot that's completely fine to be in and not in anybody's way. Another driver couldn't back in next to me. So apparently that was my fault before. And he went and complained. And security was around and knocked on my door to tell me he complained. Because that makes sense. Cultivating. Alright, field 17. I'll grab that. Oh, what's that? Oh, I'm sorry. I had the I still have the. I have to turn that off for the next video. I have the. Oh, it's a signal box, an old-fashioned signal box. I have the cheats menu, and I'm going to use cheats in air quotes because it's more than just the cheats menu. Still enabled from one of my other my video that I was just talking about, and it makes you run super fast. You can also fly, but I'm not using that. Speaking of flying, I don't know if anybody's watching my videos, but if anybody is watching my videos, and you've tried out any of the helicopter mods, because there's a couple of them now out for PC, and whenever I talk about mods, it's always going to be for PC. I'm not playing on an Xbox, I'm not playing on a PlayStation, I'm not playing on a Switch, or a Stadia, or whatever else it's on. I'm playing on a PC. All the mods that I'm using are mostly on Mod Hub, with the exception of a couple of them. But I'm playing on PC. I don't know what mods are on Xbox versus I turn the heat up on my truck. Xbox versus PlayStation versus Switch. If you can even have mods on Switch, I don't know if you can, because the Switch is basically a modified Tiger engine or modified NVIDIA Shield tablet. So I don't know what you can have on that. Let's make this turn. So yeah, any mods I mentioned, console command obviously is not something that you will find on a console. So, but yeah, there's lots of cool videos out there about what you can do with the consoles. Basically, I was using it to reset field states so that I could start on an even field every time I started playing around with something. So you could use a command basically to buy all fields, which is kind of nice. So you can buy every field on the map you're on, and it's not map specific, right? So if you're playing on a custom built map, you can still buy all the fields, but you can buy every field, and then you can proceed to do field work on all of them. So that's basically what I was doing, was resetting the field state on each field so that I could set it up so that it was like the dirtiest state possible, for lack of a better term, so that we could find out what it's like to do field work on a field in hard mode. And we're gonna go this way. One of the other things too that a lot of people aren't talking about on the videos for yield in fieldwork and calculating fieldwork cost is stones. I'm at a fertilizer. I have to buy fertilizer. I didn't realize I'm almost at a fertilizer. That's a nice catch. Oh, there's a train coming. They're not calculating the stones, which I don't agree with, because there's a penalty for not dealing with them. So it's something you're going to want to deal with. grab this. Of course, this one's going to be up here, isn't it? Yes, it's going to be out. I got to buy fertilizer, so I don't have much of a choice. I got to go down. There's a tree. I might cut all these trees down. That's for another time. It'd definitely be something I do off. I'm not opposed to doing forestry work, but chopping down trees to make field work easier would definitely be something I do off stream. Or I keep calling it streams, but you all know what I mean. Funny you should say that, or funny I should say that, because you probably have already thrown something at the screen now and told me to shut up. I have had a couple of personal friends ask me if I plan on doing live streams on Twitch or something like that. The answer to that is no. I don't, unless something happens, i.e., and I don't even know if I do this because I don't want to set up the expectation that it would be something normal, but unless, for example, I had to be off work for a while for something like a medical procedure or something like that, I can't see me spending time doing a stream because I only have a cell phone with a data plan on it. And if you're watching in the US, you guys have amazing data plans. If you're watching in Canada, you know how crappy our cell phone data is. So I'm not going to stream using my cell phone, and I'm also not going to stream at home because when I'm home, other than putting the videos up online, that's all I do. I don't put her in the. Oh, you can drive through those. That's good to know. I don't ever plan on uh, using home time to do anything like this, unless, like I said, it's a vacation week or something like that, or I have some extra time to kill. But I only get to see my wife 2 days a week because I'm on the road for the other 5.5, and this week looks like it could very well be a could very well be only a day and a half. Is that fertilizer or lime? Well, it's fertilizer. So I don't want to take time away from her to do this. This is a hobby. I have 7 subscribers. Yay. I don't know if I'll be one of those guys that do anything like, oh, if we hit like 500 subscribers, I'll give away a Steam card. If I do that, it'll be open to Canadian residents only because I don't know how to. Oh, I know how to do it. I could buy a US Steam card while I'm down here in the States. Problem is that if they don't sell them at a truck stop, I'm screwed because I can't get the truck in somewhere. I can't get the truck in just about just anywhere to go buy a Steam card to then hawk on the internet for views. Yeah. That's $1, $100 left, right? Yes. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's buy 5. So yeah. Let's see here. Fill this up the rest of the way. Come on. Obviously, we're not going for 100% realism because you would load these up on a forklift. Just I'll buy 2 more bags while I'm here. And at the bottom of these bags, let's buy 3. There is a spout. Sometimes they're plastic. Sometimes it's just where all the fabric is bunched up and there's like a little tie cord on it or a tie wrap on it. And you can use that. You pull on that and it'll just open the bottom of the bag. So. I haven't hauled fertilizer like that, but I've hauled blasting sand, blaster's gravel. It's basically when they drill holes into usually use a lot in mines, but I delivered it to highway expansion projects. When they drill the hole in the rock to blast so that they can run a highway through a mountain, let's say, or through hills or whatever, when they drill the hole, they then pack it full of this gravel. Sometimes it's just sand, depending on what they're trying to do, and what it does is it takes the shock wave and limits it to bounce back into the rock, basically. I've hauled that. It's like coarse blasting sand or something they call it. And it's in those big bags, like those fertilizer bags that we just dealt with. And oh my god, how many times is that bell gonna ring? Is the Pope dead or something? Um, you lift them up in the air, basically, is how it works. And you put them over a hopper, and then the guy pulls, looks like a drawstring on a pair of sweatpants, and they just drop it in the hopper, and then some places recycle the bags. They send the bags out to be recycled. Some places just throw them in the garbage. They're made out of basically the same material as those blue tarps are, and they're impregnated with plastic to make them watertight. You still got to tarp them though when you're hauling them, because reasons. I've done flat deck work. Flat deck work is fun, except for the winter when every load has to be tarped. 90% of the loads in the winters have to have tarps over them, and there's nothing more fun than tarping a load in minus 40-degree weather in a windstorm. Like, it fills my heart with song. That was a moment of silence for my sanity. Okay. Fertilizing the fields. Like, why are we fertilizing these? Alright. I apologize, that's my phone ringing. I'll be right back. I'm back, and I apologize for that. One simply does not ignore the phone when one's wife calls. So, anyway, we will continue on with the fertilizing. I paused the game so that time wouldn't continue on in my absence. And here we go. Oh, I just realized something. There. I had it set to half speed when I was doing all the plowing stuff. Oh, that's not the way I wanted to go. I had it all set to half speed when I was doing the plowing stuff so that I'd have the daylight to work and all that stuff. And also helps with the loan interest, because your loan interest accrues at midnight. So, and any property and vehicle costs too. Midnight seems to be the magic number. So if it never gets to midnight, then you never have to worry about getting any interest. No, that's not how it works. I put it on halftime, and then it obviously slows that down. And contract done. Let's pop that off. Complete it. Oh, we have no fertilizing contracts. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to pile off these last two, and I'll give you a quick rundown on how the Sleep Anywhere mod works, or what it looks like. It's pretty self-explanatory with how it works, but we'll go through that in case anybody's interested in it. I like it. I use it a lot in my other playthroughs, my other games. I know technically it's not realistic, but at the end of the day, to me, that doesn't really matter. Versus convenience. I'm playing a video game. I'm not playing. This isn't real life. And as I stated before when I started this isn't going to be something similar to Daggerwind series of a survival series. I do want to check out the survival mod though, and I believe that mod was written in mind for his playthrough. Changes how loans work. I think you can't take a loan. I forget. It's all written on the mod anyway. What it does and doesn't do. But I am interested in checking it out. And maybe one day I'll do a playthrough on it. I don't know. Hard mode is brutal enough. Thank you very much. Hard mode is brutal enough. They aren't kidding when they said it's hard. I also have to get that mod that fixes the signal lights. I don't need that up. Actually, technically, I don't even need this up either. You ever want to get rid of the thing up at the top there, that little HUD that says controls? Just tap F1 on your keyboard and it goes away. There's a mod that you can download that completely gets rid of the HUD. It's a little different than that. Kind of looks nice for screenshots, though. I will say they really put a lot of effort into the level design or map design. My only problem with the maps made by Giants, and it's like this in every farming simulator map, they're cluttered. They're very, very, very cluttered. And they're cluttered with useless stuff. You're gonna run that stop sign. See, this is why I don't run with traffic. Anyway, yeah, it's very, very cluttered. And I think it's Ravenholm was for FS17, got a lot of flack. We're coming up on field 31 here in a minute. For being as cluttered as it was. And, like, there was one section of that map was just a giant junkyard. Keep going. You guys aren't going to ignore the traffic rules, and neither am I. It's like driving down the New Jersey Turnpike. Actually, nah, the Jersey Turnpike's not too bad. For like the one person that may be watching from New Jersey. How do I get in this field? Screw it. And home. How does this work? Is this crooked? No, that's gonna work. Just gonna go this way and back up. This potato? Cotton. Cotton is a moneymaker. Like a big moneymaker. It's just the initial cost to do cotton is crazy expensive. The equipment cost is stupid. I guess you'd be better off. That might be one of the instances where if you don't plan on doing a ton of cotton, you would be better off leasing the equipment versus owning the equipment. Because it's pricey. Like the John Deere cotton machine in this, which is really the only one worth using because it makes round bales, and the round bales are easier to handle, is like $820,000. I can check in a minute when we're done this field, but I can't remember if it's this. It's the American field. It's the American map has dynamic ads that if you're connected to the internet, they change based on having an internet connection, and people are losing their mind because it's real life products that are being advertised in the game, but it's all farming related. The newest one that keeps coming up is from a German company that sells, I think it's farming insurance, farmers insurance. People are freaking out over it. It's targeted ads. It's not targeted ads unless you own a farm in real life, at which point then it's targeted ads. Okay, getting to the end. I also haven't found a happy medium for content. I don't know how to phrase this, but Yeah, you guys don't bother with the following the rules of the road, so I'm not. I haven't figured out like how I want to do the content. Like when I when I did the plowing, it made sense to cut a lot of it out and just kind of show you the end result because plowing is ridiculously long. Even with the plow that has the biggest working width, which I think is 5.9 meters, it's still crazy long to plow fields. It's ridiculous. So that made sense. And I think cultivating is going to be the same way. I think it's just going to be easier to cut a lot of it out. When it comes to stuff like this, like spraying and fertilizing, I just don't know what to do with it. Does it want to be? Do I want to be the type? And I don't want to seem like I'm plagiarizing. I'm kind of trying to do a lot of this on my own. Like I don't just want to look at other people's videos and go, "Oh, that's what I'm going to do because that works for them." I don't want to be that way. I don't want to seem like I'm copying other people's ideas. But I can't find a happy medium of where I want my content to be. Might as well fuel up while I'm here. I didn't even realize there was a fueling station here. So if you guys have some advice or how you'd like to do that, that'd be great. It's a little bit easier with story games, right? Because you've got to. Wow, $360, and I thought it was expensive to fuel my big truck. It cost me $1,100 the other day to fuel my big truck from the fuel light. Where am I? Let's do the loop. Yeah, so I need to figure out. Excuse me, what needs to be cut and what you would like to see. I know with a lot of farming, there seems to be two camps for farming videos. A lot of it is streaming. Like they do a live stream with their buddies. They all end up on a multiplayer server and just kind of have fun. Three tracks, I guess, or three, however you want to say it. The other one is just reviewing equipment and mods, so mod reviews. So that is everything from equipment and to tractors to gameplay mods to stuff like that. And then the third one seems to be, and this is a lot less. The third one seems to be like they'll do let's plays, but I'm new to this let's play thing, and what I'm trying to figure out is what should be in a let's play. Like I said, with missions, it's a little bit easier. Or mission-based games or story-based games, it's a little bit easier. Like I'd like to start a Euro Truck 2, Euro Truck Simulator 2, uh, let's play, let's say. But the problem with that is it's the same thing. Like, do you really want to see me drive across Europe for an hour and a half? No context, just the sound of the road. Now, I do that for a living, but is that what you want to see? Do you want to see it sped up? Do you want to see time lapses in there? I don't know. I need direction. I'm leaving it up to you guys. I'm going to keep doing it how I want to do it until somebody comes and tells me differently within reason. Sorry if your only criticism is, oh, you suck and stop doing this. And, well, I'm not going to stop doing it. You haven't met me in real life. I'm a real stubborn asshole. But yeah, some direction would be nice. Well, this is our last field, though. Yay! This is our last field. There's the castle on the hill. It's the hostels on the hill. Wish you was so dang sweet, so dang sweet, so dang sweet. I'm not allowed to sing Bushes of Love anymore. When I used to work in a call center, we used to have to work on Saturdays, day shift. And I was a back shift guy, so you would be done at 12:30, by the time you logged out of your tools and everything, got out to your car, it'd be like, I don't know, 22, but a half an hour drive home. So by the time you get home, it'd be 1 o'clock in the morning, 10 after 1, unless I drove somebody else home because they needed a drive, so it'd be a little bit later. And so, like, then you'd have to be back at work for 8:30 on Saturday. It was horrible. Absolutely, positively horrible. And all you have to have is 8 hours off. That's it. That's all the law requires is 8 consecutive hours off in Canada between shifts. And so to get through our day, my cubicle mate, for lack of a better term, Devin, and I used to sing bad lip reading songs, which if you haven't checked out his channel on, oh, I keep doing that. Haven't checked out his channel on YouTube, I would recommend it. He's also on Spotify, but I've heard a lot of people say Spotify isn't paying royalties, or I don't know if they're not paying the correct amount in royalties or something like that, so it might be better off checking him out on YouTube because he probably gets more money. It's probably more revenue per click, RPC. So, but anyway, my buddy Devin and I used to sing Bushes of Love every Saturday morning. We'd be belting that as we were walking in across the parking lot from the call into the call center. Kept me sane. Kept us sane. Now I drive tractor trailer for a living because I don't care about my sanity. This is going to wrap up nicely. It'll be about 7 o'clock. Getting kind of dark. You could, I guess in theory, we could take some contracts and then go to sleep. But sometimes what happens then is the contracts will reset because we went to sleep, and then you have contracts that you can't complete because the field state has changed, and then you have to basically end them. Somebody explain to me what that is right there. Is that a hunter's blind? There's deer in the water there too. Alright. Done. Let's turn this bad boy off. Alright, so we're gonna pop this open. I'll also let's see here. Let's Control N. Yeah. So I'll show you the repair anywhere mod. It's really easy. You're not seeing it here. There's a weird glitch sometimes where it doesn't show up, but all you have to do is walk up to a vehicle, and if you look down on the lower right-hand side of my screen underneath where it says field information or field info, and I don't know if that's a mod that's showing me yield bonus because I don't always remember it there. I only remember it showing up after the newest patch. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. If you notice underneath it, you can see the McCormick X8.631VT-drive. If you press the letter N as in November on your keyboard with the Workshop Anywhere mod, it will bring up the workshop. Now from here, you can just repair it. As you can see, I have $3,100 worth of repair. You can repaint it, which is $5,100 or $51,000. From what I can gather from the research I'm doing for the other thing that I'm talking about or talked about before, painting is purely cosmetic. It doesn't change wear and tear on the vehicle. It doesn't do anything like that. It's purely cosmetic. So you can repair the vehicle. In this, you just press Y and say if you want to repair it. You can say yes or no. I'm going to say no. But you can also press X or space if you're on using the keyboard, and it will bring you into the shop menu, and you can completely 100% customize it, just like you would in the shop. So you can go in and you can get rid of wheel weights. You can get rid of the engine. You can swap out the engine. Like right now, I've got that's weird. That's very weird. Usually, when you're swapping out to an engine that's worth less, that's weaker, you get a refund or it doesn't cost you anything. Anyway, that's beside the point. You can change GPS because I have the GPS mod. You can repaint it if you want. You can change the rim color. You can do your license plate. So it basically brings up the shop menu anywhere. Not super realistic. There used to be mods in 17 that I'm sure, sorry, 19. That's the last one that we had. That I'm sure are in the process of being transferred over. That you could use. It was a Rumbler van, which is their version of like the windowless white van that has free candy spray painted on the side of it. Um, but you could use that to pull up next to a vehicle, and it worked really well if you had the workshop tab or mod, because then when you pulled up next to the vehicle you wanted to repair and you went next to it and you pressed whatever key combination on the keyboard to bring up the screen, if you press tab it would allow you to fix it. Now, another thing that I noticed with this, and we're just going to show you here, if you go N, it only shows you the mobile vehicle workshop for the one vehicle, whereas if you were to bring it to the shop, the actual shop, and you went in the space and then you walked over to the little icon and clicked the stick in, it would show you everything that was parked in that space. So you would have the weight, you would have the fertilizer sprayer, and you would have the tractor show up. That doesn't happen with this mod. So that's just fair warning. Now, let's start this and get it out of the field. Now, I'll also show you the sleep anywhere mod or sleep anytime mod or however you want to phrase it. Stop that. So it's left shift on your keyboard, and you can map this to a controller if you want. And the letter Z is in zebra, or Z, depending on what part of the world you're from. And you go to sleepy time. Time for a nap. Just have a nap in the middle of the field. Nap underneath that tree. Nap in your own backyard. So anyway, you just set what time you want to wake up, press sleep. Here we go. That's an air raid siren. That was an air raid siren. Ha! That was an air raid siren. And you just appear. Sorry. We have those where I live. The town I live in still has the old curfew siren that goes off at 8:30. So we call it the 8:30 whistle. It's back from the days of when the town used to have a curfew. Sounds like an old air raid siren. Actually, the local fire department doesn't. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So you wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you will wake up where you you wake up where you dropped. It's like a frat party, and you can just start from there. So now let's look at contracts. There's an with this version of Farming Simulator, your field status changes per day. There's police here with their lights on. Okay, he's gonna keep going. Your field status changes per days, whether you have seasons on or not. So now if we look, because of the field status has changed, we have a couple more fertilizing jobs we could grab, but we can also use the refresh contracts mod and just keep refreshing. And here we go. So we can take another couple of fertilizing jobs. There's another one for $20,000. We also have some sewing contracts that are worth a lot too. So I think how this is going to work is harvest. That might actually be worth renting the equipment for, because it pays $15,000 and you're only going to lose $1,000 from the shop, and I don't have potato equipment. So that might actually be worth renting. The only problem with that is it may not come with the GPS mod. So we'd have to do it manually. We've got a couple of plowing contracts. Some of them pay really friggin' good too. Okay. So, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? Field 26. Bear with me 1 second here. Sorry, answering a text from my wife. FS on my cell phone here. I need to take more contracts. No. Okay. I thought there was a mod. I thought there was a mod that would allow you to take more contracts, but there is not. Okay. Yeah. If there is a mod that does that, let me know. So anyway, yeah, so what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Do we want to keep doing fertilizer missions? Well, we got one here that pays 22,000. We got another one that pays 12,000. We've got one that pays 7. We've got a couple of and there's not that many of them. Yeah. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to end the video here because actually I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to buy before because I've been saying we're going to do this. We're going to take a loan. We're going to take a $500,000 loan. Set this bitch up. And we're going to go buy a plot of land. And we're going to, let's see here. We're going to buy a plot of land. We're going to buy a silo. And we're going to buy maybe, I've got a couple of silo mods I might try. I've been playing around with them. They're seed silos, they're seed, lime, and fertilizers. And they're kind of cool because you have to buy the fertilizer to put in them. So you're not going to lose, we're going to park this right here. You're not going to lose a lot of money because a lot of the silo mods that allow you to fill up directly from the silo, like I think the multi-fruit purchasing systems or whatever you want to call them, or buy anything stations. They charge you a premium for that. Let's go to farmland. And here, it's 140,000. 110. Okay, we're gonna buy these two. Now we need a silo. Construction. Now I have a couple of silo mods It'd be nice if these... Yeah, these are the mods I was talking about. Silo for chicken food, horse food, pig food, road salt, lime, fertilizer, seeds, bulk. I believe bulk will just take anything. That's worth $1 million. We're not buying that. It's worth 125. That you need a auger, which I don't know how to use. I know they have them. Belt systems. And yeah. Don't know how these work. I haven't frigged around with them yet. Anyway, let's not. Oh, what do I do with that? I don't even want to buy that. So we're gonna buy silo. That's small, compact, large. I know this is kind of cheating, but we're gonna buy this one because I want it. Somebody has a very, very loud big rig here. Oh, you can put... No. That would actually be... Man, why won't that go away? Can we get rid of that? No. God damn it. This is a mod, by the way. It's not a thing that you can download. Oh, wait a minute. That'll work. That will definitely work. Yeah. Then we can do a little bit of landscaping, get that back. Okay. We could do it that way. I wish there was a snap. Is there a snap? Placing objects in free moves can add issue with the functionality of the objects or vehicles, but allow more freedom of placement. And it's your responsibility to flatten there. Okay. Nope. So you want to put this somewhere where it's... I guess here works. I wish there was a snap, though. It would be nice if there was a snap option. If I put that there, it doesn't mess with the road. Can I zoom out? Okay. That might be better. No, that's blocking the road there. Do it this way. I could. That works. That works indeed. Okay, let's get the tractor out of the way. Superman. And then, because of that, the only person playing the game, me, that one's more realistic though, because it's not, yeah, I'm gonna put this one in, because then if we want to add extra storage to it, we have all that room there. Okay. Pop you there. Okay. Now, what I'm also gonna buy, how much are these anyway? They're like 35k, right? No, 10. Silo for lime, pig food, silo for fertilizer. Zoom in here. Okay, that's for you. And right here. There. Okay, so I did what I said I would. Oh, crap. No. Okay. Get out of there. I didn't. Here's an idea. Farmland. Okay. I can sell it if I need to. I forgot that we could sell land. Okay, so I have $101,000 in the bank. We have a couple of contracts that we could take. We have this, which is sunflowers, and we have, this was totally unplanned, because I am an idiot. And we have potatoes that are ready to harvest. Okay, so we could potentially harvest these potatoes, because I can buy potato equipment right now. They're kind of crap, but anyway, get back here. We could go buy potato technology. I could lease it. That harvests at 1.8. It's a 1.8. They all harvest the same. How much to lease? 10 grand to lease it. 10 grand to lease it. $501 to lease it. We also need a wagon. It's 36. It's 23, and we can expand that. 31, 23. Okay. Buy one of these, because then I can add an extender on. I can extend that on. Doesn't matter. I can extend that too. With either one. And that holds potatoes. Okay, so what we're going to do is buy this, because it's cheaper. I don't think I have storage for potatoes. The potatoes are not worth it until January. And we're going to... This is probably going to be a real sucky thing to do, but we're going to lease this. And we're going to... They both hold the same. So we're going to lease this. What's the cheapest harvester I can buy while I'm here? You for 7,500. Okay, so we are set up for the next time I show up to do a recording. We have a nice little farm set up here. We have this, which I don't think we can actually store a potato in, but that's fine. We have some tools. I leased some other tools. I believe I have a place that I can sleep now. Can I? Yep. Oh, we now have a place that I can sleep. And we have a nice little farmstead set up here. So that's going to do it for me. When we show up, when we rejoin each other, we will have a potato harvest to pull through. I don't know if I can actually put it in that silo. So if I can't put it in that silo, we'll just sell it. Because it's September right now. And if we sell in September... Keep going. September's not horrible. Sell it for $149 per liter, I think it is, or ton, I can't remember. So we could do that. And still make a little bit of money. Not fantastic money, but a little bit of money. So yeah, when we get together, we'll do a potato harvest. I might start some of that, and then we'll time-lapse some of it, because I'm going to be using a piece of equipment that only has a 1.8 meter width, and our... What's that have? 3.2 meters. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll plow, we'll harvest, or we'll cut the tops off everything, and then we'll come back and we'll harvest it with the Grimmy. And we'll go from there. So yeah, if you like this video, go ahead and send it a like. Or give it a like, I should say. You can mail it a like if you want. You can take that like and you can put it in an envelope and you can go ahead and mail it. If you like the content you see here, if you like my rantings and bumblings and mess ups and all that fun stuff, go ahead and subscribe. There'll be lots more. I picked up the Yakuza series on Steam at Christmas, 0 through to 6, whichever one is Song of Life or Tree of Life or Dance of Life or whatever it is. That's the last one that I have. I might start those. They're a very acquired taste. I don't know if I'll continue with them. I also want to get back into Days Gone. I kind of got a lot of hate on the PlayStation, but I'd like to give it a go. Obviously, I have the Warhammer series on the go, and we're going to get that finished. I'm more than halfway through. So we've got some plans. I'm not in this for money. I'm in this for a hobby. The pandemic hit me really hard when it came to mental health, especially truck driving through it and all the all the restrictions and things like that with border and home and things I dealt with people in my town when it came to the fact that I was traveling across the border. So I'm doing this as a hobby. I don't ever expect to make a dime doing this. If I do, fantastic. If I have enough money to buy my cats a bag of cat treats, Temptations, I'll be thrilled. So yeah, go ahead and give it a like, give it a subscribe. I'm done doing an animation for a for the like and subscribe thing. So it's just going to be a shout out. If you want to help the channel grow, by all means, give recommend us. Again, I'm the gaming truck driver here, and you have yourself a good rest of your evening, and stay safe out there. Bye bye for now.